Good morning, Kelsey. I can tell that you were writing this morning. Do you know how I know that? Because when I woke up early this morning and I was having my coffee, I was reading your chapter and it was all one giant paragraph. And so I came out here and I made a video and I was saying, Kelsey, I really like your chapter, but it's all one paragraph. Can you please divide it up into smaller sections? Then I took my son, Jonathan, he's 15. I took him to basketball camp. Okay, so I had to drive downtown, and by the time I got back from dropping him off, guess what? You had already started writing, and because you're a genius, you had already divided up that giant paragraph into smaller, more easy to read sections. Great minds, Kelsey. Great minds think alike. You're a genius. I love it. So the chapter looks great. I love the part about the hair gel. That was really clever. I'm not going to change anything. You're just going to go ahead and submit it. I'm going to approve it. But while I've got you right here, for next week, I'm going to give you some advice for next week so you don't have to do anything today. But this way I won't have to make a separate video. I'm just going to put everything all in one video. So next week we're going to do chapter 5. And that'll be the end of the book. Oh my goodness, we're already nearing the end of the book. So you're already a very good writer. So what I want to do is challenge you a little bit. I want to push you a little bit to add some style, some flavor to your writing. So next week, I want you to try some figurative language. And the one we're going to try next week is called alliteration. Okay, alliteration. And that's a series of repeated sounds that have the same consonant in a sentence. Okay, now we usually think of these as tongue twisters. Okay, we all know tongue twisters like this. Peter Piper picked a peck of purple pickled peppers. How many pickled peppers did Peter Piper pick? Okay, so we all know those. Or another classic one goes like this. She sells seashells at the seashore. Okay, we've all heard that one. Now my personal favorite, Kelsey. Okay, I'm going to apologize in advance, but you know I'm going to do it. My personal favorite is this one. Okay, get ready. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? He'd chuck all day and he'd chuck all night if a woodchuck could chuck wood. I love it. It's Mrs. Walker's favorite. So that has repeated sounds. Those are our tongue twisters. All right, so then the question becomes, Kelsey, how are we going to use that in our mystery story? I can't use a tongue twister in the middle of my mystery story. So this is what I want to challenge you to do. Okay, so I was thinking about pucket. Pucket starts with the letter P. So I need some repeating sounds that have that P sound in it. So here's what I came up with. Pucket picked up the priceless painting. Okay, Pucket picked up the priceless painting. That's repeated sounds, 4 of them, in the same sentence. Okay, so that's an example of alliteration. Now another one is with kiwi. Now I know kiwi starts with the letter K, but it's just the sound we're looking for, that k sound. So here's one I thought of with kiwi. Kiwi cleverly counted the cash. Okay, kiwi carefully counted the cash. That's 4 repeated k sounds. Another example of alliteration. Now, another one that we could use, okay, that's not talking about a person, it could be talking about a place, is the mansion. So that has the letter M. Now that was a little trickier. I could only think of 3. Okay, so I said the mansion had moonlight shining on it in a mysterious way. Okay, or I could say the moonlight was shining on the mysterious mansion. I could mix it up a little bit. So I have 3. I have a series of 3, which is still alliteration in my story. Okay, now when you write chapter 5 next week, Kelsey, you don't want to have too much alliteration, just one line in there to give it some rhyme, to give it some repetition, to give it a little bit of rhythm, okay, to make your writing start standing out, because you're an awesome young writer. We just want to take it to that next level, all all right? So see if you can work on finding an example of alliteration to throw in there for next week, just one line. And that'd be an awesome way you could just take your writing to that next level and improve it even more. So thank you for reading my mind this morning and going back and sectioning off your work into those great paragraphs. Next week, let's try for some alliteration. And I'll be talking to you soon, okay? Bye, darling.